way to do this. Coworkers, but anyone else who can, and I'm going to edit kitchen, sorry, catch that, but basic closing of a kitchen stand. I learned how to close a kitchen when I worked on a fishing boat when I was 14 years old, and right now I'm cook at Snowbird restaurant, or Snowbird Ski Resort in one of the restaurants here. I've worked in a few of them, but the basics are kind of the same thing. And I know different people have different ideas, and some people like to do shortcuts and stuff, but the very, very basic stuff is sanitation is the primary necessary thing. Sanitation, sanitation, sanitation. And so we want to make sure all the grime, the daily grind is cleaned off, and the things, the surfaces we constantly touch, right? And again, working on the fishing boat, we had like fish guts everywhere. Like I'd jump off the beam, the decking, baiting hooks, and have to jump in the kitchen and start cooking. So it's to keep everything very sterile and especially if you're closing by yourself and you're exhausted and it's been a long day, and you want to make sure the basic stuff is covered, right? So I'm going to turn the camera around here, and let's see. So some of the first things that when I come in the morning, and like this is done wonderfully. We've got this is all stocked, filled, and covered, right? So we probably have changed our containers out. That's excellent. That's one thing we definitely want to do. But the inside's been cleaned out, right? I know the inside is cleaned out. So sorry about the disconnection with the mountain ring. We get gum forms on the edge of this. We get gum forms on the edge of this. It comes from touching this as we're opening. But these are the surfaces we're constantly touching. See this? This is the stuff that needs to get sterilized every day. Washed and sterilized. Right? We're all underneath here, either with a glove or a bare hand. And it's constantly, that stuff needs to get sterilized, not just wiped off. But you can see I come in the morning and this stuff is just, we've got Frank's sauce everywhere. Okay, so these are essential items in cleaning all these surfaces. This should be the primary thing before we go into deep. This stuff here, okay, so I can really feel this grind. Inside here seems to get clean, right? People don't need to clean. But here's another door. This door here needs to get cleaned daily, right? You see all of this, our handprints on there, all gray grime. People coming in and out, the folks coming who are serving, right? They're coming in. So this whole thing needs to get washed off and sorry, I got the hot water running, flooded. Our drainage system here sucks, but hopefully that'll hot water flood out and clean that up anyhow. So, you know, if we're paying attention, we can squirt bleach or degreaser down on legs, right? We've got stuff, and before we mop, we can hit bleach on the stains. But again, we have surfaces. Looks like this one got wiped off last night. It's fine. This did not. Inside's clean, more or less. So things like the pizza oven and the fryer. We touch the outside this. We have the racks that we touch here, right? Those things, the crumb tray accumulates. That stuff is really easy to clean out. But the inside stays sterile regardless of the grime buildup, and is a less necessary item, right? Inside of the fryer, we want to keep our grease looking pretty, but, and granted, the last time I came in here, the grease was changed. The inside of the fryer was the most beautiful I'd ever seen it. Aesthetically pleasing, wonderful. But we had grease spilled still on the floor, right? So when you spill grease, when you're changing the grease out, and you leave the whole grease, the fryer system left for the rest of the crew to put together and wash in the morning, clean the grease up, right? Leave it the way you'd want to find it. That's the biggest thing. Don't leave the grease in the pins when you're leaving everything else, right? Empty the pockets out when you're changing the grease. You're going to do the whole thing. But just making the inside, that's like the least important thing. This is totally sterile inside of here, right? The inside of the oven's totally sterile. When we open it up, though, and you don't clean out all of the crumbs and leave everything that's take one big project at a time, and make sure you get. So today, they were kind of clean, but the handles, 90% of the time I come in here, these handles are covered with grime, right? And of course that got clean, but the inside did not. So these are our constant working surfaces. We need to have this stuff sterilized and start the day a couple times during the day here. Again, partially clean, just on the polish, but we need to have this to where it's not covered with buildup, right? So we've got all this stuff. When I come in here we have polished grime. Every once in a while we got to really hit this with the degreaser, not just polish it with the sanitizer. Okay. This thing here is being kept up nicely. That's great. It's an easy surface. Half the time I come in, the steam tray is covered with grime and never been wiped down at all. That needs to be done, right? These are the things that we work with all day. They need to get sterilized. So the surfaces we touch, the doors, right? This is where it doesn't matter how sterile all this is, if we touch this shit and cross-contaminate immediately. Even if we're wearing gloves, the gloves don't matter, right? Because you're cross-contaminating the gloves. You don't even feel it when you have a glove on. And I get upset with folks who just leave gloves on all day because you just spread shit everywhere. You got a glove on. It's an aesthetic. The same thing with cleaning the inside of here. This is aesthetic. This is totally sterile. This down here is mouse food, right? Let's take a look. Did we get the? So there's cheese curds back down there. There's cheese curds down there. Looks like that side got swept out nicely. We got rollers, right? So there's all sorts of stuff. This one never got pulled out and swept. But, so it's really easy to pull these things out, sweep behind them and everything. And let's see, I'm trying to turn the camera around and I'm not getting a response. So I guess I'm just going to close up. Wait, see. There we go. There we are. Hey, so that's my ugly mug again. Back here, so I'm going to step outside. Step out the office door here. And I think the basic tenets, like I said, just the sterility is the first thing. And the prep and all that is, yeah, the jail kitchens is easy because you got nothing else to do, right? But like I've had folks get upset at me for telling them, dude, this needs to be clean. And maybe it's just a misunderstanding of the focus and a different perspective. And so I want to make sure we're just clear about it without people getting upset and misunderstanding. But that stuff is literally the kind of things that I'm looking at. Besides, but I got to do all this prep when I show up. Our prep guy didn't show up again today, and luckily we got another guy that did. Anyhow, looks like some folks enjoyed it. I saw a little chat there. Thanks, folks. And I got to get back to work, but I needed to get that done. I was thinking I was going to type it up or whatever, and I'm going to make it so all my coworkers can see this, and maybe we can help other people in their kitchen life too. So let's see. It's my office right under blue tram is. Oh, here comes red tram. Let's see. Can we capture? Oh, there comes red tram. Tram Club Kitchen, Snowbird, Utah. Ba-da-boom. Peace out, everyone. Hey, yeah, thanks, Pipe Stall. Appreciate you. Whoop, whoop. Ryan. Go out in the world, make it a better place, and the meat suit you was given to do it in. Have a great day, folks. That's the end.